We're
before we
here.
do intro.
Indeed.
We're sorry, YouTube.
The year is still 506. It is the 5th episode, 506, and this will be our when you do that. It's you're either doing like a blossom thing, or you're doing the screen pitch guy, and I'm not sure which one. Screen rant, pitch meeting guy. Wow.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
That's just me.
Okay. Anyways, tangents aside, we are playing Pendragon tonight. This game is normally set in the kingdom and county of Summerland. But Summerland is currently conquered by Cornwall. So, no, it's fucking not right now. They are actually quite a ways north, currently in Camelot. Now, there's really good news because totally no one knows that now. So, that's good news. Good news.
Yeah, nobody.
Thumbs up. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do some intros, gang, and then we'll.
Oh, I thought it was me. I thought I did it. Based on Cyberbro's reaction.
It was a good, proper telephone game across games, so you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's gonna be
and
fine.
Don't worry, the spy that found out definitely didn't escape, so you're okay. Let's go ahead and continue on. We will start with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I play Princess Lady Orwen of the Oncili Court and currently Camelot.
Indeed. Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I play Lady Beatrice, the Enchantress. I remembered the word.
Yeah.
Of one Sparrowcrest now, just generally. Yeah.
I'm gonna give Beatrice one glory for Emily remembering Enchantress.
Put it in the sheet. Rebecca, put it in the log.
Yeah.
That's why for Emily actually remembering what the title for this character is.
Nicole.
It took me this whole time. Sorry.
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian, I was out last week. I don't know what happened.
It's true. That's true. We never really did discover what happened with you, so we'll find out.
Yeah. So I'm Sir Elian, the Lost, of Escavalon, and then of the Sealy Court, and then of Bear's Crest, and now of who knows where.
Yeah, you truly are lost now. Yep. Maybe we'll find out with your solo, because we're going to be doing some minor solos here in the first little bit of the game. We'll go to our featured guest, Cyberbro.
Howdy, I am the Cyberbro, and today I will be reprising my role as Lucius Julius Julianus, a man of many names, the Oath Knight, the Salt Knight, and one he's trying to get going, a Mistwalker. We'll see how that goes.
At least he didn't name himself the champion of Summerland after one visit, so.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just left us wanting.
He didn't leave you wanting, he left you guys with me, and I've done a good job so far.
That's true.
Yeah. One other thing, and I totally forgot to prep it, so we will do that right now, live. We have a new system in place.
Oh my gosh.
For those that want to, you can assign players cards, and cards give them temporary bonuses that they can play ahead of time. It's very random, but you'll get new cards. So I'm going to go ahead and dish out some cards to the players once I get this set up, which shouldn't take long. Just let me transmorgify this.
I'm scared.
Is one of the cards lousy with babies?
I haven't gotten that far. They are random cards because I have to build a deck of like 222 cards. That's gonna take some time.
How do these cards happen?
Well, people spend points, and when I'm not multitasking, I can probably tell you more than that because I'm bad at multitasking.
So you're saying that we can spend points on this channel for cool things?
Are you turning this into a JRPG tutorial on me right now? Is that
Wow,
what you're doing?
incredible.
So
So,
he's actively setting it up
Oh, there we go. Look,
good job.
immediately.
we got a redeemed bonus card. Totally not the plan.
God, you can't.
Incredible. Wow, Cyberbro gets
Cyberbro.
cards.
Hearts.
Hearts.
Cards, but you know,
Oh, cards.
you have
You know
all
he
of our
gets hearts. He gets
Because he
hearts because he
loves
loves us.
Aww.
Right back there. Right
Stop.
back
Yep.
there. Bonus. That's what I called it.
God, we are on one tonight. I don't know what it is.
It is probably.
We are.
I'm nearing my 24th hour.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I'm gonna blame.
I have no
Rebecca.
excuses.
I usually do most times, so I'm gonna do it right now too. So close, so close. I need. There we go. Bonus card level. And I need. There's one other thing I need. Let me just check.
I need a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
No, I was trying to think of something too.
Oh, another
miracle every day.
Cat's Meow Show also put a
Cat's
card.
Meow.
Oh, sick.
Oh my goodness. For Emily to get their asses.
Yeah.
All characteristics.
It's already my favorite thing. I don't even know what the cards are going to be. I'm so mildly afraid of them, but you know.
All right, so we're gonna do a card for everybody, and then we're gonna do the 2 bonus cards that were spent. So, Rebecca, your card.
Me. I have card.
You get a
Card.
+5 to if you play this card before you roll. You can get a +5 to energetic, compose, or honest.
Wow. So you're saying if I have to make one of those rolls, I say I play my card, and then I get to add 5.
You really are doing the JRPG tutorial.
Look, you said
Yeah,
it, you
Rebecca,
gave me a
this is-
direction, and I went for it, baby.
All right, Emily, +3
Yep.
to hunting, lazy, or folklore.
Great.
Yeah.
It's going to be folklore. Where's my pen?
You never know. You might need a hunting roll. Nicole,
That's true.
X to say apple.
+3 to strength, indulgent, or proud.
I think we know I don't need that for my pride.
And Cyberbro, +3 to intrigue, folklore, or generous. And then
So you're saying that I get to add 3 to
Oh
any one
my
of those rolls
god.
as long as I declare it prior to rolling, right?
You got it. That's exactly what we said, and you're getting the hang of it so good.
Bob's going to
proud of
end the
you, buddy.
game. Bob's just going to leave.
Well, guys, it's been a great night. There's a
It's been
storm
great.
outside,
Goodbye.
and internet's breaking
Crackling
up.
paper. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I'm breaking up.
Okay.
Can you do? Someone asked, can you do the cards face down?
Eventually, we're gonna build an actual card deck. So when we play Book of Feasts, we actually have cards like this, and we do the fancy thing. Eventually, I will do that. It's gonna take me a while to custom create 222 cards, which is what I need in order to get everything covered. And the reason why there's some negatives is some of the negatives are actually positives if you're like a pagan or you happen to prefer a character who's proud or whatever, or it just gives you an opportunity. On that note, I owe 2 more bonus cards. One to Cyberbro.
Yep.
Religion
Ooh.
of your
Another
character's
+2.
religion. Deceitful and recognize.
Oh, sweet. Lucius can lie now. Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be so good at it.
And something about Emily and asses.
Yeah.
Valorous,
Yes.
arbitrary, and honest.
Okay. I
If you
keep
play
getting
the cards
ones.
face down, they're in the attack position.
Eventually, you guys
Remember
will
to
Have
have
a
use
to
the
mark
hard
Yu-Gi-Oh
card.
flashback.
Yeah, it's like every card game in a JRPG. That's what it is when you learn the card game combat. Okay, the mini game.
You're a
don't want
witch character. You need to tap mana before using your cards.
My
All right.
grandpa gave me these cards.
Fuck your grandfather, Rip.
All right, we're gonna go into the actual game now. As
Jesus
you can tell,
Christ.
it's a weird energy tonight. It is.
I don't. It's gonna
Hey.
be madness.
It is weird energy, but guess what? I have +5 to my energetic.
Oh no! Oh no! Greg is cracking themselves over with.
I need to create a give disadvantage card for me.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
Why you hate me specifically?
Rebecca, what have you done to us? You
I'm
brought
sorry.
curses
I'm
upon us.
sorry.
What
I'm
have you
doing a
done?
good job.
As the game master, I reserve the right to be the arbiter of fun. You're having too much fun. The fun police are here, and you have to surrender a little bit of that back.
No.
Okay, I'm miserable now.
There we go.
Heaven knows.
Okay. In all reality, we're gonna focus on one person, and we're gonna go around to everybody. This will be for kind of late fall, early winter, whatever makes more sense to you. You get one scene, probably 10-15 minutes each. Cyber Bros might be a tiny bit longer, but not much longer. But we're gonna see who goes first. I'm gonna go like this on my screen, so let's see. Or is Cyber Bro? All right, Cyber Bro.
That's me.
Roll me. Let's start with a hunting roll.
All right, hunting roll. Okay, I can totally do this.
-3.
I'm sorry. This was my fault.
Hey, you got it.
Yes, success.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I need you to roll a d10.
Do not put me against any more Romans.
2d100.
All right, 27 and 4. Didn't you see it? And what?
Yen.
Ah, dude, Duolingo is really, doing it.
Let's see. When you got up to leave from Ninteliads to partake on your journey, are you squireless right now?
Yes, I am squireless. I've left my squire in the care of the source and the Teliad. They seem to be doing a good job with Matic, all things considered. But so I've left my squire with those guys.
Okay. You hear
Is it-
someone following you on the horse as you leave.
Is Minotos on the back of my horse? Because I know he came with us.
Nope, you went to leave.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, because I would have gone and like grabbed Minotos, but okay, that's cool.
Well, okay, let's do that little interaction real temporarily. It has to be
Okay,
short.
no problem. Okay.
You know what? We don't
Sure.
even have to do that. I can high level it. Minotos will volunteer to assist you.
Okay. Then cool. Yeah, he would be on the back of my horse because he's all frail and stuff, or he has his own.
He has managed to acquire a palfrey. He's not riding on a charger, but he's riding on a hunting horse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone's behind us. Sir Minotos, I believe that we're being followed. I'm
Nope.
gonna go make an
No, that
introduction.
was going to be Minotos, so let's just
Oh,
move past
okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh, so-
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. I am so sorry.
You're good. You're good. This is where character agency is important. If you would have remembered, I thought you forgot, so that's why I was going to be like, and here he followed you. Yeah. So,
Oh, dude.
yeah. Okay. So if you went and got him, you're traveling with him. the two of you. What is your goal? Because you kind of don't really know where you're going here. Like, you don't know where your destination is. You know where you want to, you know where your like goal is, but you don't know how to achieve your goal. Really, you don't know where your armor is.
So I've been ordered by King Natalia to return on previous duties assigned. So I would have to return to Camelot. And I'll probably message Bert about this, but after he punched me in the face, I would have asked him to save Lysandra because I obviously cannot do so.
Okay, so you're not going after Lysandra? I thought you left Ninteliad with the ask to go after Lysandra. That's my memory of it.
I did. Yeah, I asked him if I could go, and he told me to return to my duties as previously assigned. So I took that as a no.
I think he said when you're done.
Oh, I didn't hear the one you're done. Yeah. So yeah, we're going south. Like,
Yeah.
like prepare yourself, Minotos.
I guess this is my point. Is Minotos volunteers to assist you.
All right.
But aside from going south, Lucius does not know what he's like, where to achieve said thing.
Yeah, and which is an issue. So did I receive Cadwee's blessing as far as the mist, or am I still subject to the mist problems?
You seem to be able to tolerate it. Both you and Minotos don't suffer anything. Your hunting roll suggests you've already traveled south successfully.
Okay, so I'm all right. So yeah, I'd be traveling. I would not have the coat of arms of like Natalia visible. I'd be in incognito mode. Probably smear some dirt on my armor to look like it's a dirty questing knight. Dirt in the hair, smug. Would have recommended to Minotos to do the same. I'm going to honestly look for the first like inhabited Cornish settlement. Like the first inhabited Cornish settlement I can find, yeah.
Okay. And are you going into Cornwall or are you going into southern Summerland?
I would think I would pass through southern Summerland.
Like,
Summerland.
Are you targeting occupied Summerland, or are you targeting, like right into Cornwall?
No, right into Cornwall. I don't want anyone from occupied Summerland recognizing me. So I'm going to avoid settled areas of Summerland. Please, Lucia, save us. None of that. I'm going right into Cornwall.
Okay. Yeah, Minotos will journey along with you. You make it into the town.
Okay.
It is just a little settlement, not too far from. If you're looking for a proper settlement, you would be in Jagant, the county of Jagant. Known mostly as like Ilchester is probably the key city you would be aiming for. That would be the first one.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, and then to use a cliche, I go to the tavern. There's a tavern.
There's like well, do like an awareness roll.
Okay.
You observe like there are like quite a few fresh graves on the way into town. You assume maybe, those who've fallen in battle, but you haven't heard much of the way of like mass engagement this year. So it's kind of a bit of a surprise to you to see like this many buried, this many dead, but maybe this is just where Cornwall's like extracting its dead and burying them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll look to Minotos and say, "Be careful of plague, and maybe plague here. So many dead." Right. But if there's any passersby, I'll ask them, "What news goes around town? This is troubling times we're in. We are just two traveling knights.
Are you trying to look Kimmery, or do you look very Roman like you normally do?
Oh, Kimmery. So I've got dirt in my hair. I assume they, like
Okay.
Kimmery.
Yeah.
You know,
You've really
they don't wear
stepped
togas.
yourself down into the local barbarians. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tossed my toga out. If there's woad around, I'm painting myself blue. Whatever they're doing on the island.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not at all. But yeah, you
Exactly.
yeah. You know what? Roll intrigue. We'll see how over the top. I can see a scene where Minotaurus is like, "Wash your face." But we'll see. If you
But
fumble intrigue, then it's gonna be like one of those moments where you're like, "All right, I'm proper dressed now." He's like, "Change, you idiot."
okay. I do have a +3 to intrigue due to one of my cards.
You have to
I'd like
play
to
it.
use it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
I
you
have to
can.
play. Oh, can I play the
You play it
card?
once.
Okay.
Once and it goes. Once and it goes
Let's
bye-bye.
see, the
But you can only keep 2 cards at a time. So someone gives you
make it another
bonus. Yeah.
So yep, I'm playing the card. I reveal Little Karibo in face-up mode attack. So
See
cool.
that?
Just
20.
add the +3.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Yay, success. I didn't even eat the card. I would have passed that.
Yeah, you fit in. In all seriousness, you have no problem kind of fitting in with the locals. You ask them for the news around the area, kind of thing.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on around town now? Questing night.
He says, he looks like a local, maybe an esquire or something. He's definitely not like lowborn, but he's like, this town is cursed. It'd be best to stay away from it.
Cursed, you say? I look at Minotos. What is the nature of this curse? Is it the war with the Summerlanders?
He looks at you, and there's a look of like, you can tell he's got like that 100-foot stare, whatever, 1,000-foot stare. Like, he's reliving something, and he's just like, shakes his head and says, they came from beyond the mist.
I see. Strange times we're in. Is it safe to stay here for the night, at least?
We haven't seen that threat return since Samhain. Or since what do you say? What is the closest Christian holiday at the time? Is it though? Is it
All
formally?
Saints? Would it be All Saints?
Oh, Hallows Day. All Saints Day is the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since All Saints Day Eve.
I see. Thank you. I hope your village sees better days.
With that, he kind of huffs and he'll continue on. Minotaurus looks at you funny and just says, I'm gonna test something. He knows Olwen a little bit. Yep. He laughs. He says, this is Olwen's work, no doubt.
Lady Olwen did this, you say?
She commands the Goblin Knight. I've heard her say it. She directs him. Normally, it's the Barrow Crest, and most of the town is smart enough to stay inside in Samhain. Times of war required difficult measures.
Right. Lucius just coughs a little bit. Right. Well, this is disturbing, but do you truly believe she would release something like this on these people?
I think desperate people do desperate things. I've seen it enough.
Right. Well, let us stay for the night. Do you need to stay for the night? I know you're just regaining your strength, but we can ride on if you want, or we can stay here for the night.
We should ask questions. What can you tell me about your amour?
I conspiratorially getting close to him. She is a lady of the lake. She is more beautiful than the very moon reflecting off said lake, in which she is a lady of.
You just said the lake like 3 times there. I need more than that.
Her name is Lysandra. Beyond that, I don't know much. They're very mysterious. They talk to you through the water. They send you premonitions and dreams that bring on madness. But beyond that, I cannot say more about her. Our time together was very short.
That's I believe the same pagan gathering that Beatrice's sister is in, and the lady in white.
Of ladies.
Let's ask around town here. And as you go into Ilchester, we're going to cut scenes, but I want to know, do you have any hate for peoples of any kind on your sheet? And passions?
I hate Cambrian tribesmen. I hate the Irish, and I am suspicious of Cambrian mountain men. It's just what it says on my sheet. That you asked the question. It's just what it says on my sheet. People, please. I love everybody, but this is just what my sheet says.
Hold on. I hate the following people.
I'm screaming.
You know what I don't hate?
Spoken like a Roman. But what that's good. You didn't mention the word picked in there because the people of Ilchester are, at least a large portion of the population is Pictish. They're Pictish migrants that settled here long ago. Okay. I will get you to do an intrigue roll. Imagine you're going to ask around. Minos is going to do the same.
Yep. All right. Dice roll. Come on. Yes.
Okay, so the next morning, what did you do for the evening?
I'm in the tavern or the inn, kind of whatever communal dwelling there is, and I'm just sparking up conversation in my deep traveling questing Lucius voice there, and I'm bringing up a conversation, just trying to get details. If you've just been cursed or something's happened, where's the military men? Where's the duke, the prince, and all their men? You know,
Hey.
who's putting Humpty Dumpty?
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. Sorry to cut you off. That was very much appreciated. Thank you for the gift.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to Journeyman. Mordecai. That's how you say it.
Mordecai.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Sorry to cut you off, Cyber Bro. But I've got some answers for you. So you wake up, you have a little bit of success. What was your roll? 15? Yeah. You remember, or you heard last. I'm going to say that you probably got drunk to get the information, to ask questions and mingle. your head hurts the next morning. You're not sure where Minotos is, but you're confident. You're confident that you know where you need to go. Specifically, there was mention from a mercenary knight that traveled south. He said that he stayed at the Glastonbury Abbey. And when he stayed there, there were several maidens that were apparently under some form of house arrest. And that there was actual garrison inside the abbey, which is not really supposed to be a thing. He said that they played it down like they weren't formal, like they were just guests there, but it was very clearly like we don't talk about this. No one, everything was under hush. Everything was under threat of the unspoken word, and so very little was said or done.
Is Glastonbury Abbey Roman Christian or British Christian?
British Christian. It is
Oh, okay.
the original site of Joseph of Arimathea, and it's also very close to where you first met your betrothed, or your Moor.
Everything's aligning. First, I need to find my notes. So yeah, I'll spend the rest of the morning looking for my notos.
Intrigue roll.
All right, intrigue. Come on. Oh, let's go.
And I just gotta see something here.
He's playing hide and seek. Like, can't find me, Lucius. Oh, hopefully he's not drinking. I gotta find him. He's back on the wagon.
Don't say that. He's doing such a good job.
He was lost in the mist. Like, I don't know what he saw. He's different now.
Yeah, it's basically cold turkey.
He ended up in a fist fight the night before with a Cornish soldier, and so he's under. He's being detained.
That man and his drink. Okay, well, likelihood of success. Is he being heavily defended?
You get the
As best as I can.
Yeah, the best you can tell, because this is time of war. He's properly detained right now.
Oh, as best as I can tell, they're not going to murder him for getting into a fist fight.
Unlikely.
They'll probably throw some.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't leave him here.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you no, but it's unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, so I would go to the captain of the guard to try and get him out. I am sorry about my friend there. He's problematic. He gets into his drink.
Under the orders of Prince Mark, all men who raise arm against the king's men are to be detained until they are properly tried by one of the royal family.
I see. And for a crime such as this, what is usually the punishment?
That would depend on the crime. In the case of a fist fight, because your friend did no real damage to his foe, the worst case scenario would be his sword hand.
How many people are guarding the Nodos?
You're gonna try to fight your way in.
I wanna assess the likelihood. I'm a lucky guy, but man, I don't know if I've got the luck necessary to break him out and then go storm an abbey.
Now these are garrison. A lot of time these are garrison knights. So you would have an upper hand against garrison knights, but as you've seen, when you get outnumbered, it gets real bad. It's very Kingdom
Yeah.
Come, where you just get stabbed everywhere while you're trying to fight. So I would say more than you yourself can take, but a little bit of support, you could probably overwhelm and get him out if you wanted to break him out.
Gotcha. All right.
You also could try and bribe.
I can. Now this doesn't come up very often, but I don't know how much money Lucius has.
Yeah,
I usually live off the kindness of strangers. Um,
you've been in a couple wars. We've described those returns, but it's been a while.
yeah.
You would have been given a stipend by Ninteliad when you first partook this journey. So
Okay.
why don't you roll me a d10? Let's find out. A
Right.
10 explodes. So if you get a 10, you get to roll again. 2 Libram,
2.
which would be your
2 Libram.
average mercenary knight's, like, not your average, a high quality mercenary knight's pay for fighting a battle.
Gotcha. So I'll say to the chief of the guard, I understand that my friend has put himself against the prince's laws, and for that I do apologize. But is this something that one Libram can take care of? Potentially? Just a question. Just a question. A quandary.
The knight, he says, looking at him, he doesn't look like a knight, right? Like Minotaur's, we've established that long ago.
Yeah. He's seen better days. He's a friend of the family, you see. Come on, you've got an uncle, an older cousin, you know. They fight in a couple wars, they've seen some things, and you know, they still get flashbacks.
Three Libram.
Okay. I've got 2 Libram on me. That's all that I have. And I assume that my friend would hope that he didn't spend all of his Libram on drink. But you can have this 2 Libram and we'll get out of town quickly.
Courtesy roll.
Okay. I don't
This
have
is
any
gonna
cards for
make or
that.
break it.
All right. Once again, this is law. Okay.
Did you use
passing
both cards?
myself. Well, I used my first card. But I've got religion on my second card. I've got religion, deceitful, and recognize. That's not, you know, but I can impassion myself. Let's see. Ugh. It wouldn't be Sons of Nateliad. It wouldn't be loyalty, Lord. Okay, hey, love gathering of branches. You know, let's. I'm doing this for you all. So
Okay.
let's see.
Let's see. See it. Oh,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
love for
yeah,
the
yeah,
gathering. You like them. You should call it like.
Like,
Yeah.
all right.
You should have loyalty to Finnegan.
I don't have loyalty to Finnegan.
I don't think it applies to this. I just think you should have it.
I probably should. Okay, let's roll it. Courtesy law.
Oh.
Returns. Dude.
All right. Yeah. So he sighs and says, "If I see him in this town while we occupy it still, I will make sure that it is his last moments on this earth. Do you understand?
I completely understand you. It won't happen again. I'll talk to him. You know how they can be, old vets, the old guard. Stop chewing on that. It was my dog, sorry.
Yeah. He pushes you see them pull him free, and they do the typical push slash throw to the ground thing that they do, you know. Minotaurus
Come along.
grunts.
Come along, let's go. We gotta get out of here.
Okay.
And you owe me 2 Libram.
He grunts. Fucking
So yeah,
Cornish.
and then yeah. Why are you compromising our mission?
Sometimes things are said that can't be dealt with any other way.
Yeah. That's fair. I suppose that's fair. I don't have to do the voice since we're riding out of town now. So
It sounds like he's that didn't sound like a I got drunk kind of normal reaction from him. It sounds like he's actually pissed about something.
what troubles you? Where's this anger coming from? I'm a man who, I'm a brave man, but we're doing something pretty tough. This is a pretty hard thing we're doing. So I have to know the mind of the man that rides alongside me, as you should know my mind. What troubles you?
One of the Cornish guards was bragging about burning witches in Summerland. Do you know what witches are?
So technically, Beatrice is probably a witch. All one should not be that beautiful. That is for sure. So maybe there's some witchery going on. I assume when she used magic of some kind to do this to this place. So really, all of the people that I generally like, most of the people that I like, half of the people I like are witches. Yes, so that would make me mad too.
Right. Before most of us converted, our people were tribes, and they owed themselves. The people of this land, he says, were tribes of the Kimmery, a proud people, pagan or otherwise. Unless their crimes deserve it, they don't deserve to be burned. Not ladies and women and children and those who don't fight. No one deserves to be slaughtered like that.
That is true. And when King Natalia comes and restores things to the proper order, such things will end. And these men will have no tales to tell around the fire, for they are cowardly, despicable men.
Perhaps Inteliad will be High King one day. That is not what Logris need. Logris needs a Pendragon.
Is Minotaurus Minotaurus is aware of Finnegan? Yes. Well, our Pendragon is but a hatchling at this point, so we have to wait. For now.
Indeed.
But we can't go having you compromise the mission. So just remember their faces, and then once we march here and clear them out, you can deal with them then. But yeah.
If you saw the look on his face after what he said, I think you would have punched him too.
That's fair.
Where are we going?
Glastonbury Abbey.
All right. And with that, we're going to shift scenes.
Shifting scenes.
Beatrice.
Hello.
Where what do you want to do with this scene? This can be anywhere in late autumn to early winter before Christmas.
Did I make it
Before-
back?
No, you're dead. Yeah, you made it back. Yeah.
I don't need the sass.
Good point. You were last seen parting ways with
Nineveh. She ran for her life.
Yeah. And you weren't going to
No,
intercept that,
I think I trust her to, like, because, like, I could probably still cast things, which means Nineveh can definitely probably cast some things.
Do you have anyone to guide you now?
Who's with me? Me? Cadogan? No.
You
Yeah,
and your
Cadogan didn't
acolytes.
count. No, it's me, my acolytes. 2 acolytes.
So nope.
And Accolon. So,
Yeah, Accolon is pretty problematic right now. He's of no help.
okay.
He's able to walk along, but he barely speaks at this point.
Okay,
You've seen
that's
this-
fair.
You've seen this before from people caught on the other side of things.
They did tell me how to get there, though. They did.
They did.
They
So that'll
specifically
offset,
told me what roads to follow. So
that'll offset some of your negatives, which would be in -5 for Sauvage, for hunting.
Yep.
Your acolytes will give you a +2. The directions will give you a +5.
So that's 7 minus 5, which is 2.
And then what's your hunting?
Give me a minute.
I-
You know what would help if I had my sheet open?
I
And I-
also believe that your card had.
My card doesn't. Ooh, yeah, no, I'm gonna use that.
+3 to your hunting.
So that would make it
+5 to your hunting.
5. Thank you. I'm very sleepy.
Yeah, you're good.
This is not gonna be good. That's what I thought. I have a 4.
You didn't fumble. So
That's, you know,
good. Roll it again, just flat this time.
my sight can't help me at all during this canon. It's still failure.
Not unless you're looking to cross over somewhere as a means of getting back.
All right. No, that's fair. We gonna be here a while.
Yeah, roll again. See how long it takes you to return.
Can I roll something?
Sure.
Can I impassion with something?
Yes, you can.
Like, can I argue love Cadogan? Because I want to go home.
Sure. I'll accept it.
I want this passion to work once. Like, once. Thank you.
There you go. Once.
Yep.
Is that the
Piece
first
of
time?
poo. That's the first time that's ever worked. It usually fails, and I'm like, that feels rude. Thank
There you
you.
All right. So that's. Let's see.
3 days. 4 days.
In almost a month's time, you emerge from the Forest Sauvage.
19 days. Jesus Christ. I saw I was like, oh, that was 3 rolls. And I was like, oh, he rolled a 4. And then I was like, oh, no. Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Limp my way home.
Yeah. And now's when we roll a d10 to see if this is our scene. So now we see if this is your scene. It might
1.
very well be roll 2d100. This is probably your scene.
32 and 35.
Interesting. I like that one.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not as obvious, and that makes it
Rebecca,
more-
I need you to not make audible reactions when he's looking at the sheet. I know you're looking at it, but I'm not, and now I'm scared. I blame you. How dare you? It was scary enough that Bob said, I like this one.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Oh no. I don't like it. I want to chill a little bit, you know?
Right. Let's see. You know what? I'm actually mildly stumped for the first time in a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and give us our couple-minute break right now. We'll return in
Okay.
3 minutes for the game. See you soon. With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic, you can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people. Folklore for general and mythical knowledge. Battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love of family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty. Or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon.
A consummate professional.
Oh, yeah, we're something. But we are back. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong music. Hold on, no. No, that's the right music.
Oh.
I was about to kill you. I just leave.
Disconnect. All the cameras. Man.
Disconnect the minute I hear the music. I'm like, nope, we're out.
And
Goodbye.
out. And hard out.
Have fun fixing your cameras.
Okay. You find your way back via Kyneton, and I will show you on the map because that might make it easier.
Yeah, it's raiders.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
a natural one.
Natural
ones,
welcome in.
7.
Hi.
Oh, that's the wrong
I'm
one.
in
Oh, no,
danger.
wait. Yeah. Nope. I went to shortcut like unnatural ones. It's like, did you mean it gives me some random name of someone that's not even here with an UN to begin with? I'm like, definitely not that. Welcome in. All right. So you left the Fort Sauvage, thankfully, and you had to abandon the Lady in White, or as you all know her, Nineveh. You make it to Kyneton. You're given directions, head north to Lambor, and that the road west will take you to Carohag, back into the lands of King Leo de Grant and Camelot. So you pass through Manketer. Everything is good, and about halfway on the road to Carohag, knowing that you're closing in now, you see a lone figure traveling on the road. He's an old man, probably just short of like maybe 75, somewhere in there. Like,
Okay.
he's up there. He's got a walking staff. He's got like simple robes. They don't look like he is clergy. Like, he doesn't look like a monk, but he very clearly has like a necklace, and the necklace has a cross on it.
I think, there's no indication that this is a threat. So Beatrice is going to do the like, we're chill, we're fine. And just generally like ride past him. And she'll ask him if he's all right while she's passing.
Okay, I need a horsemanship test.
Oh, fun. I haven't done that in a while. Success.
Perfect. Your horse, as you approach on the path, the path sort of like there's just a little bit of a slide because the path isn't perfectly even. It's kind of sloped a bit from the weather. And it's worth noting, it's been shitty ever since we left Forest Sauvage. It's been nonstop rain and mist and drizzle. Like, everything you know about the UK weather is happening right now for you. You managed to stay on the horse and stop the horse from sliding. But the slide is like kind of quick enough where the old man gets caught in the slide and goes tumbling off like 3 feet down into the brush right nearby the path. The path is sort of a little high rose, right, as to stay out of the drenched land nearby. And you just hear him like, oh.
You say it's like 3 feet off the path?
Yeah.
All right. She'll tell the kids to generally stay by the horse. She's not going off the path to go and get him. She's like essentially crouching at the edge of it and putting her hand out.
He's like, He's sort of like, you can tell he's a bit delirious. Like, he doesn't really know what's going on.
I wish my character was a better person. So I think she like looks at the forest or the brush ahead of her. She knows too much about things in forest going badly.
Make an awareness roll.
Success.
And then give me a fairy lore.
That's the wrong tab. Fail.
Okay. And then give me a sight.
Success.
Okay. I would say that the fairy lore, you know, I would have told you if you succeeded, that Beatrice doesn't really see any warning signs of an old man. But given that you failed, I'm going to say that you were literally put on a task by someone masquerading in glamour as an old man. So it makes sense that you're highly suspicious. That was how you met.
Suspicious old man.
For the wedding quest was literally an old man.
It was literally my quest that went nowhere.
For sight, there is a hint of magic, but it is not. It is not glamour. It is not magic that you've seen. Actually, I don't think.
Okay.
It seems it's sort of like intriguing, like you've never encountered that. And it's just a little glimmer on him. And awareness-wise, he has a big gash on his head, and it's bleeding pretty good.
Yep. I think to begin with, Beatrice essentially just is like, hey! She's like yelling down this embankment at him.
Yeah. He's like,
Okay. I hate everything. Beatrice also hates everything.
You need to test something?
No, I know what she's gonna do, but she doesn't want to do it. So she's trying to think of a way to do this without just being magically in the fairy realm.
That's fair.
I think Beatrice is gonna look at her acolytes and just say, "We're gonna get the old man out of the ditch. We all just bear with me here." And she's going to have one of them hold the horse, like stand on the path with the horse. Someone else's job is to hold her hand, and then the last one's going to hold my hand. We're human chaining this because it worked for us once when we had to go through the forest. So I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to grab him because it's only 3 feet. So like we can cover 3 feet.
I agree. I think you can do it. Now, Miff is a kind of like a bit broad-shouldered. So, would you rather? Who would you rather hold on to you?
Probably whoever's stronger.
Miff.
So probably Miff. Miff's in the middle because that's going to be the most tenuous position, and then the other one whose name escapes me is going to hold on to my horse and
Okay.
just have Akalon stand near her.
Yeah. Akalon looks still really odd.
If I have a horse, I'm not even sure I have a horse, to be honest. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I have our dear friend. I forgot his
Bayard.
name. Bayard.
You
It's
have
Bayard. Bayard looking like a decrepit old man.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, Bayard's still alive. I have
Oh, yeah.
Bayard. I have custody of Bayard.
Old when we first met him. That's crazy.
Exactly. Horse god. The horse god deemed Bayard worthy. So
And then
yeah, I'm gonna just pull him. It's gonna be rather unceremonious. Like it's not gonna be the most graceful thing, nor it's a good thing this man's unconscious, because this would be a good old hit to his pride.
I'm gonna give you a strength test. On an even failure.
Because it's gonna be a failure.
On an even failure, your hand slips from Miff. If you're odd failure, your hand slips as you're pulling him up. And if you fumble, it's just going to be a disaster. Like,
It's just gonna be a
no one's going to die.
disaster.
It's just going to be a calamity. Let's see.
This is a dumb thing to impassion for. I'm gonna. I don't think I could argue a single passion here. So sometimes you just gotta let it happen. It's an even failure, so I lose grip of Miff and I go tumbling
You go
down.
tumbling down with him. Yeah. Roll a d6 for me.
Great.
Yeah.
Fairy shit. It's awesome. I'm loving it here.
Yeah, you know what? You just kind of like, you just kind of, you hit in a way where it's like, you land the way someone should, like on your elbows, hands, and knees, but it hurts a bit. So you're just minorly scuffed up with one wound.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's sitting there right, he's right back where he was. He's like in a crunch ball, like, ugh. But nothing else is happening. Like, it doesn't seem like he's doing anything else.
I'm gonna actually hook my arms under his and drag him out of the ditch at this point. Like,
okay. I'm not gonna make you reroll. I think that you could just get. You can probably take like 10 minutes time and comfortably get up to the top.
Yeah.
And you do. And finally, you're up there with the old man. He definitely looks like he needs some first aid on that head wound. Like, it would be like modern day
well,
stitches.
About that, you know that thing that I stopped leveling up because Olwen had it?
Yeah. But you do have acolytes, and their age turns into a first aid roll if you want.
Yeah. So they help, or they are rolling it?
You roll a d20 against whichever one's older. Is Miff's the older one, yes?
Miff's older, yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll against her. Oh, I don't remember if she's 18 or 19. Do you have her age or birth year?
No.
Are you sure? I think I gave you a birth year. I don't have a
I'm looking for it.
I too will quickly look at your sheet.
Miff, I have her born 495.
495. Wait, that can't be. She would be 11.
Okay. She's not 11.
Yeah, no way.
Because I have her as age 16, born 495, which doesn't make any sense.
No. You know what? She's been around for a few years. I think we said that she wasn't.
She was like a preteen. She was like 12 to 14 when because she was old for.
I think it might have been that you got her in 495.
That's
So
possible.
she was 16 and 495, which
Yeah.
would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's a lot older than that. 11 as 16 plus 11. She's like in her 20s. Is that possible?
I don't think so, because I'm how old? Like 30?
Yeah, I don't think 495 would have been the very
I'm
start. Of the campaign.
31.
Yeah. You know, she was
Yeah,
probably
no,
a
that
preteen.
doesn't
You
make
were
any
probably
sense.
tracking her age for a while, and then you forgot. Is probably what happened.
Does that surprise a single person here? Probably not.
So, one sec. I think I know what's going on. 11 plus. The only reason this matters is because her age matters and how the success of the die rolls here. So, give me a sec. My brain is just toast tonight.
Same here.
I was on a path. That still seems old, but possible. We'll say she's like early 20s, so we will say
Okay.
19 is a success. Because she's definitely been around for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when
Yeah.
you first heard about her was like, I think that was when you encountered Pelennor.
Yep.
That was a real long ass time ago in this game.
That's one of the funniest things I can brag about, that Pelennor flirted with me. All right. So now I roll first aid with bonus? Or does Myth roll it?
You just rolled a 19. Her age is what determines. So she's successful. She mends his head.
Okay, cool. Whoop.
She looks
Lay
at
him
you.
over the back of a horse.
Yeah. She says, "We're not gonna want to move him, Beatrice. He's very old. You might have to stay here."
I hate caring about things. Okay.
At least until the morning.
Yep. Nope, that's fair. So we're camping.
All right, roll me a d10 real quick.
Seven.
Night goes by fine. You wake up in the morning. And
Can I set up watches?
yeah.
I'm gonna set up watches. I'm instituting watches because Beatrice doesn't trust this as far as she can throw it.
What watch are you?
I'm gonna do middle, because middle gets the least sleep.
Okay.
Because it's a break in between.
Make a con roll.
Yep.
Or actually, correction. Make an energetic roll.
I was almost all the way through rolling them.
I know.
And it gets grumpy with me if I stop halfway through.
It has
Roll
a
20
minus.
gets mad at me.
Cool.
Success.
All right.
It does. It gets mad. It like
energetic.
freezes.
You stay up
Yep,
for yours,
it's already checked.
and then Miff will take the last. Like Miff slept through the night and takes the morning. When you wake up, you kind of hear talking, and you wake up to see that Miff and this old man are sitting around a makeshift fire on the side of the road, and like pleasantly talking. He looks weak still, kind of a little pale.
Yeah.
But he's like very grandfather like.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I mean, at this point, my other acolyte's still sleeping, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, she'll walk up to the other two. Well, good morning.
You must be Lady Beatrice.
My introductions were done for me, and she looks at Myth, like side-eyes Myth.
Miff's like, oh right. She kind of shrugs. Indeed. I'm Blaze. Pleasure to meet you.
It's an interesting name.
Perhaps from the mainland.
Is that where you come from?
They say that's where my grandfather came from.
And where do you come from, Blaze? This is hardly a busy road.
Indeed, I'm moving north. Out of the lands of Gales.
Just generally north, or are you looking for somewhere else hospitable?
I follow a path set before me.
You're a Christian.
I am. Given you asked that, and your emotions to your, whatever you have for amulets or whatever.
Yeah.
I suppose you are of the local pagan customs in these lands.
Yes, but I have nothing against most Christians. I've met some that were very kind.
There are others, and many do ill deeds in whatever names they wish to speak.
They burn people for your god.
I've heard the rumors. Are you
They're
from
not
the
rumors.
land of summer then?
I was driven out, like most people of Summerland.
War is a terrible thing.
I agree.
You're traveling back that way then?
No, if I travel back that way, they're not exactly making any sort of determining factor in who they burn. So, if any of us return, we die or worse.
You head on the road west. To Carrowhag, perhaps?
Where do you head?
Far to the north.
To which kingdom?
That's actually a good question. Bob's got a quick look.
He just was like, you want me to say where I'm going. You tell me where you're going.
The land of Garlock. Just beyond Hadrian's Wall.
That is north. What kingdom is Morgan?
Gore. But her sister
Gore.
is the
Close.
Queen of Garlock.
Okay. Well.
And her other sister is the Queen of Lothian. So.
Yeah. I know of it.
I hear there's a chapel being constructed there. One I must oversee. Well,
I would offer to help you get there, except it is a very long way north. You should probably rest somewhere, you know.
if I could trouble you to stop me wherever. And he thinks for a moment and he says, I believe it was Caroheg I passed through. If you could drop me off there on your way. That is the castle you've been looking at.
Okay. See me squinting at the map.
You're effectively like halfway there, so he's not asking you to go backwards. He's asking like, since you're going
forward.
west, can you just drop me off
I
there?
don't
to rest?
love that he's gonna know where we are, but fine.
He says,
She'll nod and she'll. You can take the horse.
He nods. He says, I believe the king will offer me refuge there. We have a mutual friend.
Who would that be?
He pauses. That's tales perhaps for a different time and out of. It's a longer story, really.
You would not believe the long stories that I've lived and could tell. I'll take you to him, but I think his wife is likely who you will end up seeing.
Well, it will take no more than a bed to recover, and then when I am well enough to travel again, I will be on my way.
I appreciate you not immediately. I haven't met many good Christians lately.
I'm afraid many do their own will, in whatever name suits them. Is the way of man.
I think she kind of sits there for a second and then looks at him and says, maybe if women were in charge, we wouldn't have this problem. Just a thought.
He doesn't. You don't see the common reaction you might see from most. It doesn't seem to be like yeah,
offense.
right. Or an offense. There's no pride hit. There's also no like. He just kind of is like, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She'll offer him a boost onto the horse. I don't know how tall Bayard is. And we will go back.
Okay. One. He tells you about a small like town or maybe cities from as you're traveling. He mentions a place called Carmarthen. And you find out you kind of lived like a hermit for many years. He says, I couldn't live among men, really, and so I chose to move away from them.
Why?
They were wicked, selfish, brutal to many. I couldn't bear to watch it. Perhaps there's a part of me that never really... I don't think I would have ever... He pauses to you and he says, he says the, and then he stops. He's like, I believe the Lord has a way of putting us on paths we wouldn't choose for ourselves sometimes. I was called to aid a girl in need. Little did I know that she would become a very dear friend.
What was her name?
Adon. There's like a sad look in his eyes. She met her fate recently. Mountain men. I couldn't bear to dwell there any longer. It was a new home. A new home was needed. I prayed that I might find one, and I was offered a vision. So I follow north.
Do you want to know something funny?
He looks at you.
I pray to my God for the same thing.
Does your God answer you?
Frequently, but not on that question. She answers other things, though.
She.
Rhiannon.
I've heard the name. There are pagans in that part of the realm. Mostly in the Forest Grove and Gower. And of course in the hills, some still stick to the old ways. Despite my best efforts, he smiles.
And you all still seem very content on a home here, despite ours. And she gives him a wisecracking grin. We had a church in Summerland. A few. And they were always kind.
I saw Glastonbury once when I was a boy. It was a sight to behold. In fact, seeing it is what put me on the path.
Summerland was proof that we could exist together.
I know one that balances between the two. I spoke to you of my friend. Right? He is more like a surrogate son, really. Or at least that's how things began. He is younger than I.
How old is he?
He is elder now, like I, but not of my years. his mother was convinced. She was convinced that he was corrupted from hell. That he entered this world like Christ, but for the other side. But his mother was strong and pure. No one believed that our stories, so she was put on trial and scheduled to be brought to justice. But it did not go that way. She proved with her actions time and time again, that she was above such actions, and that she was kind. And in the end, that birth was, if there were any who doubted it, those who witnessed what came from her womb, he just kind of shakes his head. I feel almost like a shiver, like he's recounting it and then feeling it. I christened the boy the Fiend, or whatever it was at the time. And its features, its beastly features, left it.
So you raised her boy, regardless of this?
Well, once we convinced the judge that there was no reason to execute her, her and the boy were set free, and, well, that was until Vortigern came looking for him, but that is another tale. As you ride with him, he kind of asks, like, is there anything that you are open about? Any of your stories you share? I don't think.
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Yeah, are there any stories you share back in turn?
Okay. What stories can I tell that aren't super messed up? I think this has been effectively him now describing the child that he had, that he raised regardless, to a degree. So I think Beatrice will essentially share, like, so she'll share generally about her daughter and, like, the idea, like, because we're also exchanging religious ideas and it's going okay. So she'll talk about, like, Rhiannon and like how blessings work in their culture, and like explain about Morwenna being like technically blessed based on her birth date. Tell like little kid stories of Morwenna than like her other quote unquote children. The amount of teenagers that she has collected. She's going to leave out Finn.
You observe, like, with his questioning, he seems incredibly familiar with, like, the pagan customs and cultures without the religion side of it. So So he doesn't understand. He doesn't know the gods' names. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right. But he seems to be like oddly familiar with the yearly cycle, the holidays, and some of the basic things the culture's known for.
I could tell a story or two about dumping wine on people. That would be funny.
All right.
Yeah. Which time?
He's an incredibly easy person to like.
Yeah.
You know, you almost feel like a fatherly or grandfatherly figure sort of thing. This is a sweet old man. And with that, we will move on. Is there anything else you wanted to exchange first? So we move on to only 2 left. Elian, let's figure out where Elian went. What did Elian get up to? Let's start with 2D100 because we know.
What's up to say? That's an excellent question.
$1982. Who's your enemy? You got any? Who would be the top 3 list of people that Elian wants to see dead?
Siagrius and Prince Mark, probably. But I don't think those are likely. She's not sneaking those people out.
Yeah. Those are your enemies?
She doesn't really do enemies much, so yeah.
Okay. Do you hold any great grudges on anybody? On this side or the other side?
She's suspicious of the king of... It's not over there. She's suspicious of the Sealy King, but I don't think that's a grudge, necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe it's a bit of a grudge.
Perhaps. What did you leave with when you returned to this land from over there?
My armor, a horse is probably gone now, and
horse is probably gone.
Yeah, because it's not Emmerich; it was my old war horse.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't, yeah. And whatever that beast was that I mistook for the questing beast that I was hunting.
Okay. You are out. You find it. You went out on a little bit of a minor hunt with some of the lads, as it were. Probably Finnegan at some point. You return to find out that Cadogan and you find out from Cadogan that Beatrice has gone on a little bit of a journey without you. And I think Cadogan had no reason to be like coy with Elian, so he would simply say, Beatrice left with Nineveh to go retrieve the boy that was left behind, the boy knight who was left behind. He'd probably say the pup knight. Yeah. Because he's like 21 or whatever, you know. Close to it.
Well, seeing as you didn't press to go with her or anything, then I'm guessing you're okay with that.
Now remind me, because my brain's kind of forgetting this. Emily, he went with you to a point, but he left.
He wanted to go, but
Yeah,
I told him he
you
had
sent
to
him home.
stay. Because someone had to stay with the children.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he says,
Yep.
They went back to the site we came from, at the river. But once they found the site, they told me to return here, and it's been longer than I wish. But if you could be so kind as to help me simply by taking daily rides to the river back and forth until we see them again.
Naturally, I'd be happy to help that.
Okay. Give me a hunting roll on your daily ride. Love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, you kind of lose your way, and after a while you can make a sight test, but I know you have really low. But might as well, just in case you like. Let's just be the time where you're like, oh, look at that. A crit goes up. It's the only time it's meant to go up. You can't tick it just automatically goes up.
Yeah, I think you previously said it can't go above 5, so it has to stay there.
Unless it crits.
Oh, does it? I think you only raised it to 5 because I saw Avalon somehow.
Yep, unless it crits. So I'm saying you don't ever tick it. It's not a normal thing, but you crit right on the number, and that'll be the time it rises. So there's no tick. It just automatically goes up to 6, but you can't put points in or anything. You recognize these woods, but it's been a while since you rode in them. Very long while, actually. You're in the grove you used to ride with your love long ago. You recognize the beauty of everything, the perfect sort of chaos that is very chaotically orderly in a way that is hard to imagine unless you're there, which you are. Very nostalgic, but probably sets a sense of grief as well, because it will never be the place that it was when you were here last. And at that point, you see a little herald on the road.
When you say little, you mean like they are little? Because it's
yeah,
very...
Spriggan size, let's say. Brownie size, somewhere in there. Yeah. And he has, he's a herald because he has his own trumpet with him. So he goes, doo-doo-doo. Yeah. So, Elian, you've returned to the king's land.
Were you expecting me?
Of course. You're here to return your armor. A gift from the late princess. One that must be returned. Shall I escort you to the king?
I'm supposed to be looking for someone.
Perhaps they're at the king's castle.
I highly doubt it. How did I get here?
On the road, likely. What do you want to do, Nicole?
She wants to turn around and go back to where she was trying to go, but I think she also kind of doesn't know how to do that.
Well, you could simply turn your horse and ride in the other direction and hope for the best.
If I look behind me, can I do like an awareness test or something?
Yep.
To see, like,
What are you looking for?
I kind of want to, I don't know, like see if there's a crossover where I can go back.
Well, you did.
She doesn't want to go to the castle, just like she doesn't want to go see the king.
Yep. You see it in the distance where you could return.
She goes, I'll be right back, I guess. And then if nothing happens, she will just go back on her merry way.
So as you start to move, you hear the trumpet sound and you hear him say, "Outlaw, seize her!" And all of a sudden, there are a number of elfin knights following you.
Okay.
Seemingly
I
out
guess
of
I'm
out of the forest, like out of nowhere. Yeah.
She's like, I guess I'm going to see the king then? Damn it. Don't want to see him right now.
Horsemanship test to outride these. I mean, you know where the crossover is. You did create your sight. All you got to do is beat these 5 riders. Everything all good?
So I would argue that she kind of sees the gathering of branches as family almost now. Because I don't have anything that says specifically loyalty to the gathering of branches.
Okay, well, in that case, just simply roll. I'll give you 2d6 plus 6. You've been with them a long time.
Yeah.
$16. In this case, given you are a knight, I'll accept loyalty gathering of branches if you wish. Okay. You get a +5. It'll take you 3 rounds of riding. 14. Okay, so there are no crits. That's good. 2 of the knights begin to close a little bit of the distance, but you've still got quite a considerable lead on them. The other 3 are falling fast behind. 2 more rounds. Oh no! Was that with your? Was it?
You still have your +5.
You still have your plus
It's
5.
plus my +5, so I crit.
Okay. Yeah. 1 crit. 1 rider rides behind you. That one from the one that rolled high before. So one of the 2 riders that were keeping up, one of them rides behind you, and you see him pull his blade, and he's like riding close to you now. Did you add a +5?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. 24.
Is this like a sword fight? What is this?
Yeah, he raised his blade to strike at you.
Okay.
You, since we're doing this sort of cinematically, you can in turn try and counter his strike. Okay, so you'll get your shield up, and since you weren't hunting, you were on a path, and you were worried about how that works. We're gonna let you go ahead and do that. So 24 minus 16. You only take 8 wounds after armor. But what is your size?
12.
Oh no. That is double your size in damage before armor. We're gonna say you're hit. Your horse sort of rears. You go falling off. Roll a d6 for me. You land hard. 5 more damage. You get up and you realize you're on the other side again.
Am I still being chased?
Are you gonna wait and find out?
Nope.
Back. Give me a horsemanship roll. Just don't. I mean, I don't think you can fail, right? Actually, so you just get back on. You see as you turn around, like you're bleeding. Like it's not a comfortable situation. You turn and you see them standing at the edge, kind of that, all their shimmering armor, standing like a sentry on horse, cavalry, let's say, at the edge, ready for the charge, but they do not follow.
I guess I head to the river where we entered.
Are you going to continue doing that, or are you just going to go? One second, I should give her a shout out.
I came here to see if Beatrice showed up, so that's what she's doing.
Even though you're suffering, what is your total health?
17, and my unconscious is 8.
Your half your health is 17?
No. I'm above half health.
You should be full health at this point. Some time passed. Or is this like, why were you wounded, I guess, is what I'm trying to figure out.
No, I wasn't wounded. I'm at 17 now after all of that.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So you haven't lost half your health, so you're not suffering from traveling. This is just verifying. if you get to half your health, then like doing any sort of movement's painful. Yeah. So you'll ride. Give me a hunting roll. You're no longer impassioned. All right. Yeah, you reach the river. No sign of them. You spend some time there. Maybe clean up some of your wound. Like you can't do first aid on yourself, but you mend to the best of your ability. You know, and then you ride back to Carrowhag. All right. And then we will go to Rebecca. Olwyn.
Rebecca.
y-
Owen.
Are you looking for something at the end of autumn? Actually, I think we resolved for you. I don't think we can do autumn anymore because we kind of resolved your autumn because you didn't have time to do both. That was a consequence. You had to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cry.
I'll tell you in secret later. That's okay.
Secrets? Secrets?
Indeed. In the
Secrets?
meantime, I know I could probably hint at it. A certain amour or love, can't name such, would go down by 1. And a certain loyal love family would go up by 1.
Interesting.
I think we've determined that your mother doesn't count as your family in love family. So,
Correct.
but you also can't then impassion.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, if I'm coming back from the autumn court, and I don't have time to do anything else there, then I suppose, get back to, Taliesin as soon as possible.
Roll me a d10.
That is a 10.
Everything goes smooth. You make it back to Carrowhag. 21 days. You actually arrive back, and Beatrice is already returned.
Nice.
So,
Hell yeah. I get to play with my son.
Indeed. I'm not sure how much further I can go with that without resolving our questing night here.
That's fine. It's late. Go for it. I don't mind.
Okay, we'll get back to you in a sec. But
Sure.
it's time to figure out. I'll pitch you the option. No, I don't think we can. I think we just have to resolve this Cyber Bro without the depth we would normally give such a thing. As much as I hate to do that when it involves something you've been waiting to do.
No worries. I'll tone it back a little bit. I'll only use one voice, not two. No worries.
I'm also okay with just letting him have my whole scene. I yield my time.
Let's truncate it. I want to get back to the gathering of branches. Lysandra's gonna spurn my advances. So
It's like you played in my game before. No.
I'll get a firm handshake.
Okay, so give me a battle test.
All right, let's do this. Okay. Can I impassion with my amour?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, Whatever you roll here, you'll be impassioned for the remainder of this quest. So if you fail or fumble, well,
Dude, you cursed me.
I know.
You cursed me.
I did.
You did it again. Yeah, dude.
Fail or fumble. What if I do both in that order?
Oh. Okay. This is okay.
Oh,
Now,
you gotta
said
reroll
something-
from the Cat's Meow Show. Oh, bonus card. Never mind. That's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I said I should have stayed with us.
What a troll.
What's the push mechanics?
I mean, really, if we're gonna allow push should not work on a fumble, because what you're doing with a push is you're getting a reroll for risk of fumble. So if you if you fail something, then you push, but if you fail again, it's a fumble. It's like an extra opportunity.
Okay, well, sometimes failure is funny.
Well, regardless, I think you get a bonus card.
Okay.
Oh, you got a redeem advantage. I was waiting to see if that happened. But you also get a horsemanship, honest, and forgiving card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
So re-roll your
All
battle.
Hey! Hooray!
So you understand that unless you're gonna go with some kind of crazy hijinks, that's gonna be very high risk considering you're not a master of disguise. You're gonna need to probably raid this place with other support than just you and Minotaurus. But it would be easy enough to recruit some locals and do so. Like there are knights in, there are knights in the lands around Glastonbury that you could call to your aid.
Okay. These knights, me calling them to my aid, would I have to reveal that I am, Deputy Constable Camelot and we're taking the fight to the enemy? Or assume one of my many aliases?
These would probably be locals that Minotaurus would help you line up. Like he knows the manors nearby, who's dwelling in them, and what price they would need for support.
Right. Yeah. So cool. I let Minotaurus do his thing, and I try not to mess it up.
Most of the knights are willing to liberate Glastonbury regardless when they hear that the Cornish have taken it.
Oh, okay.
Roll me a 2d20.
2 arms.
You have 35 riders with you.
Okay.
15 of them are knights, and the rest are esquires, militias, commoners that know how to ride, like anyone who can help. Yeah.
All right.
You've got like a militia, basically. Like,
Gotcha. I'm riding at the head, screaming freedom.
okay, gotcha. Do you have a siege score?
I have a siege score of 1.
Okay. With your battle roll, I'll give you a +5, and I'll give you the opportunity to impassion yourself to make one more attempt at the Amor Lysander.
Okay. Success. Okay. So I'm impassioned. So that's just a +5, right?
No, I established you get another +5 from succeeding at your battle test earlier. So +10
right.
total.
Success. Woo.
Okay. You managed to fight your way in, and there are 4 ladies of the order that are free.
Back to your lakes, ladies. You are free.
You kind of escort them. They all move away from. They all move like out of the Glastonbury Abbey and towards the marshlands. And as they do, the fog picks up, and it's kind of like what was that called? Field of Dreams vibe. Like they all start to kind of disappear into the fog. At the time as they begin to enter into the fog, the very last person to enter is Lysandra. And she stops at the edge and turns to look at you. What do? You're about to watch your Amor leave again.
I go to her. It's been a while. I say that to her. I would not ask you to give up your oath. I would not ask you to leave what you have sworn to do. I understand. My time in Summerland has taught me much. But my feeling for you will not fade.
All right. She looks to you and she will take a ring off her finger and she hands it to you. And she says, "My heart is sworn to the Order, and I know you know this. But if it weren't, and I were given a choice, it would be you. I need you to, if you're going to like stoically just be okay with this, I think you need to make a chase roll.
Okay.
This is a chase more.
Am I still impassioned, or we're not? That time is over.
Are you still impassioned? I think it would work against you if you were still impassioned right now. To hold your chase. So I think we will say that you aren't, because that would probably pretty much dictate the outcome, I think.
Okay, that's a success on chase, and now a more.
Nope. That's all you needed.
Nope.
All you need to do is succeed at chase. Okay.
Suck those tears back in.
Roll a d6.
Ooh.
Yeah. You watch as she looks back at you and looks back to the fog. And for half a second, as she kind of disappears into the fog, you hear the sound of like waves crashing on a shore. There's like a serene peace to it. And you're reminded of times much simpler. Your amour for her has gone up by 2.
All right.
The ring will also serve as jewelry, so that will add a +1 app to your +1 to your app rolls at feasts.
Oh,
You're now
sick.
pimped out closer like Whittier now. So
All right.
yeah.
Pinky ring. Let's go.
I heard the best feature in the new Pendragon, by the way, is like your clothes are dated. So like the years you buy those fashion things, like after a while, it's like, oh, that was so 3 years ago. Like you're still wearing those robes. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Come on, Minotos. We have to travel north. Good job. We did it. Another oath kept.
Yeah.
Not
He looks
bad.
at you very knowingly, unless he fumbles. Let's see. Yeah, he looks at you and he says, "My heart goes with you, my friend." He pats you on the back.
Hmm.
All right.
Can we stay a little longer? I say to him like,
Yeah.
let's just stay a little bit longer.
He says, "Nothing waits for you there. We should ride."
Yes, we did just lay siege to an abbey. All right, let's go.
Yeah, in a liberation too, it's effectively like the soldiers were taken, either executed or fled, or not executed, were defeated, fled, or taken captive. Maybe you took one. Why don't you give me a weapon skill test?
All
I'd say
right.
on a 12 or above, we'll say a roll of 12 or above. Hey, look at that. Yeah, you have just a Cornish knight worth 10 librum if you want to ransom him back.
Yes, I will ransom him back.
Yep. And that's something you'd probably do in Great Bridge on your way back home. So that would explain your journey. But that would also explain why you're not back till like the winter either. Okay. One more minor scene, then we close. So, I do want to at least. How do I want to do this? Definitely want to.
Lucius just shows back up. Look at my jewelry. I got jewelry.
Ooh, are you married?
They can't add dates on
No.
clothes. They're just coming up with ways to hurt me more during feasts.
Your rags are so $4.97.
I already suck at app rolls. Don't make it worse.
All right. So there's an introduction, I'd assume of Blaze to Lady Anna, and I think for Olwen, you're like returned for this, so you're kind of with Lady Anna at the time. What do you say, Beatrice, as you offered the introduction here? Alien, you can be here too, actually. You weren't gone long.
Beatrice is not. Sorry. Beatrice is not used to being the person that has to introduce people. So I think generally she just walks in and she's a queen. Your Highness, this is Blaze. I found him injured on the way here.
She smiles, but there's like a look of like, ooh, and like a little sort of suspicious. Like, there's just that look of like the warm, fake kind of smile.
Yeah. He's well and not strong enough to travel any further, but he is heading due north.
Oh, well, of course. He's more than welcome to recover here.
You said you met him on the road. You're not usually the sort to...
Finish that sentence, Olwen.
Well, I mean... escort people?
Is he a peddler?
He doesn't look the part.
Okay, I don't have to roll my suspicious then.
He'll sort of lower his head and say, Your Highness, you honor me with the right to recover here. It's not something that I will be of no burden, and only eat and drink the most minimal that is necessary. I do have one request, if possible. And like Lady Anna looked like her eyes were softening a bit, like she was like, oh, what a sweet old man. And then when he asked for one request, she gets a little more suspicious, and he says,
Yeah. I think Owen like kind of mirrors that look of like, what?
he says, if I might I see the table?
Are you a carpenter?
No, I am. I was a hunter originally, long ago. But in my seclusion, I took to my faith. Lady Anna just kind of looks at him and says, What do you know of the table? She says, or he says, only that it was carved from stone taken from Ireland. The same stone where kings are buried. And that one day it will serve a king and a queen and their court. Sounds simple enough to her. He nods. Says, very well. You know much for one who was a hunter and a hermit, but she mentions one of the local knights. She's like, girl lad. Is this, that was the name we rolled for the other guy too, right? So it's the same girl lad. It's the same girl lad.
Oh, girl lad.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, my queen? And she says, please show him to the table. And with that, girl lad will lead the way. Lady Anna looks
We
at
haven't
you.
seen it, right?
If you know, you know. Yeah.
Can I get two?
Did Lucius tell us about this?
Lady Anna says, yes, you know, kind of feeling like stuck now because it's probably not something they advertise. But she's like, now that it's been mentioned, I feel I've been improper in not inviting you all to see it. It is quite the marvel.
It's made of marble.
I
Marvel.
Oh,
I don't want to impose if you're showing one person. I can just go, and she just kind of looks down at her, like, I've been traveling for 19 days state.
She says, "Oh no, Beatrice, I insist."
Okay.
You've been the force tag along the whole way.
Yeah,
Lady Anna.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beatrice is constantly the force tag along.
I feel like Elliot is looking at her like, yeah, I don't know either. What's special about a table?
I don't know, but if someone traveled, like... And she's just following. Very excited.
He didn't travel here to see the table. He was going north, and he fell off the trail and hit his head.
He fell,
Yes.
and you saw him fall.
Yes.
All right. Your
You
secrets.
didn't push him, right?
Why are you acting like I'm lying?
Oh, didn't you just being cagey? I don't know.
Elliot whispers to Olin, maybe she pushed him.
I don't think she pushed him. She's not cruel.
I punch
I
Elliot in
know.
the chest. Just
I mean,
My
maybe she
wimpy
did it by
arms.
accident.
Anyway, let's
You-
go.
So it's the three of you, Blaze, Lady Anna, and Guinevere. Here, and of course
Guinevere's hand.
Gerlad. Gerlad will of course
lad.
lead slightly, but make sure to hold every door possible for Lady Olwen in the process of getting to
Oh,
this
thank you.
place. And then you reach a room with like locked, very large locked doors. The lock is undone and the doors are opened, and you kind of, I mean, you've seen their courtroom. This seems to be especially reserved, but it's more like a showroom, and in it is a very beautiful stone table, carved and painted in the form of a circle. Huge, like this could fit dozens of people around it.
It's so round. It's perfect.
You see little Gwen goes running around the table, and then she sits at one of the seats, and Anna says, "Oh, Gwen, no, that is the queen's seat." And she says, "I'll be queen one day." and she smiles and says, "Yes, you will."
I think as soon as Gwen went to like sit, Owen immediately was like, "Yeah, me too." She'll sit like to her left.
Blaze spends time just like marveling and looking at it, running his hand across it. He looks like there's like a proud dad look in his eyes as he looks at it. As well, this will have to go in the chronicles, I suppose.
I think Owen just plays it up with Guinevere. It's like, "Can I get you some more buttered peas, my queen?"
And Gwen's like, "Yes, and cockatrice. I don't like it, but Mother says it will grow on me one day." And
Cockatrice is a classic option, my lady. We must have some. Every feast.
she agrees wholeheartedly. At that point,
Oink, 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 oink.
At that point, Anna says, forgive me for asking. Blaze, was it? This has been a fairly well-kept secret amongst many, so might I ask who gave you, how you came by this information? And he smiles a bit and he says, yes, I suppose that's fair. I'm a very old friend of the one who brought this here. I was, in fact, the one to pauses. There's a pause and a hesitation. It's clear he's trying not to share anything, and he just says, I'm a friend of the Merlin. And Lady Anna nods, but there's like a hesitation and says, well, very well. Was in fact brought by him. Yeah. And perhaps one day it will return to Logres. And with that, we will close out because it is late. So we're gonna do some quick outros, and then we'll get going. Start with you, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I played Lady Owen. And I got to have a little imaginary tea party with Gwen at the round table.
And real quick for Emily, I'm gonna get you to make a folklore test. Real quick.
Okay.
Nope. Actually, make a religion pagan test first.
Okay, that's better. I don't know if it's gonna succeed still, but you know. Yeah, no.
Just a folklore test then.
Nose all around.
No. You're tired.
Got nothing.
Road sucked.
Tired, road sucked.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll do your outro, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Beatrice and tired, road sucked.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Should I plug things? Sorry.
Had a great time.
Only if you want to add anything, yeah, you can.
Shout
out one of the games.
Well, then, because you're stuck plugging all the things if I don't plug things. So me and Bob and Cyberbro are all in a game on Wednesdays, run by the Fabulous Cat's Meow Show. So we play some vampires or kindred in a city who are we're all Tremere and we're totally doing fine. The pyramid may have fallen, but we're fine. We're fine. So come and see us. Totally professionally handle no structure in a clan that was all only structure. But that is Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. or 8:30ish EST. I don't know the other time zone.
You got it. 5:30 Pacific. And then
Thank you.
Some weird hour AEST.
Yeah. 4?
The following day?
6? I think it's 6 AEST.
Sounds
Quick, Australian friends, tell us the time.
yeah, you can. I'm sure someone can type it out in the chat. Nicole, Sir Elian the Armored. You have it still.
Yeah, I'm Nicole. I played Sir Elian, who is even more suspicious of the Celia King now because that was weird. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, her former lady love died after going to court Well, she died in court. She went to court and then she never came back. And they're like, she's dead now. You need to leave.
Holy shit.
So, yeah. And she has been lost ever since. Like, she was lost before then, but, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. we will do our outro with Cyberbro now.
All right, I am the Cyber Bro. In New England, they know me as Dr. Quentin Quankle. In a place called Sunhaven, I'm known as Robert J. Snakeman.
Yes!
Yes!
The Sunhaven game! Incredible!
Shout out!
However, today I played Lucius Julius Julianus, and you know what? He's heading north.
If you want to see what they're talking about with Sunhaven, check out our Discord.
No!
Ooh,
No!
Snakeman.
James
No.
Snakeman.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm Bob. We do a lot of Pendragon over here. We're doing some other stuff too. We do Pendragon, 3 games set in the same world. We have this game that was in Summerland and now is an exiled game in Camelot. We have a game on Friday nights where they are currently invading or fighting for the occupied Summerland. And then we have a game on Sundays set in Salisbury. All the games are in a connected world where, you know, we're kind of establishing a nice powdered keg where things are about to probably go boom in lots of cool and interesting ways. So if you're interested in one or any, you know, you can kind of watch it by itself and still keep track, or you can watch all 3 shows if you're crazy, because it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or 1.5 is your friend. So
There's also a backlog on YouTube.
Yeah. And you can join our Discord where we talk all about all the other things we do. We have memes and posts and announcements of when we go live here, as well as the Cat's Meow stuff as well. Which Cat's Meow just wrapped Isle of the Damned this morning.
I knew it was I who did Bob's outro.
Look.
Yeah.
Look.
You did Bob's outro? This was Bob.
The Discord. I am sleepy,
You know,
so
you're
I
good.
forgot to do my plugs.
You're good. So just lastly, the only other thing I want to shout
So
out real quick
tired.
is I've got a new ttrpg talks. I'm talking with game designers, and I have the creator of Call of Cthulhu set for April, Sandy Peterson. So that'll be super cool. And then I have the line editor for Pendragon, David Larkins, signed up for May. So yeah, check those out. That's YouTube specific. I also lastly wanted to just do a quick mention. We're going to be doing a very short campaign on Saturday nights in the world of Rokugan and Legend of the Five Rings. If you want to see some of these, one of these faces, I was going to say some. If you want to see one of these faces return to that, we have an all-star cast full of a whole bunch of streamers and such. Should be a good time. So yeah, if you don't know anything about Rokugan, you don't have to, because none of the players really do going forward, and that was by design, because they're all a bunch of teenagers about to undertake their coming of age ceremony as samurai. Yeah, that's all I've got, folks. We're gonna go ahead and wrap there. Just gonna check and see. Ooh, we are raid worthy. Give me 1 sec here. Gonna see what friends are on.
What friends are on?
Do we have any friends?
Baba took all my self-control not to do your outro for you after that.
That's fair.
And this was Bob. Bob does these things.
And
on
Dragon
his
3
stream.
times a week.
Yep.
We will do 2B dice advantage.
2B dice.
Let's do it.
Not
Let's
poopy
go.
dice. That's a.
No poopy dice.
You gotta watch those.
You.
What are y'all today?
I
don't
am
know.
almost. I am 30 minutes away from being awake for like
For 24 straight hours. Oh my
I'm
god.
just yes-anding.
Yeah.
I'm just yes-anding.
You're just encouraging it,
Yes,
Cyberbro.
ending.
That's what you're
Yes,
supposed to
and
do. That's the
Lysand.
first rule of improv.
Lysander.
Okay, we are
Lysandra.
about to raid. Please
Ready.
get your Saxon raids ready if you have it available, and we are.
It's an
about to go out.
unseelie.
Unsteely raid.
Yes, but use Bob's raids or other raids.
Yes,
It's fine.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Take care,
Yes.
everyone. Thanks for watching.
Somewhere
Bye.
Bye.
beyond the sea.
Oh my